For this tutorial, we're going to take a look at the cPanel, or the control panel of your website. Now this has a whole bunch of really fantastic tools for you to use. Now this will let you do everything from search engine optimization to adding e-commerce to your sites, to giving you templates, allowing you to control your email address, your files, and domains, and so on. So let's go ahead and take a look at the setup first of all. The first thing that you should know is you'll be using some of these departments more than others. And the great thing about the cPanel is that most of them allow you to actually click on one of these and drag it up to wherever you need it to go. So the ones that you use most often will be at the top of the page. So as you can see with the Bluehost cPanel, they've got their promotionals, which are usually different specials that you can get from their sponsors, including AdWords, Yellow Page listings, box art templates if you're not sure about your website and you want to use a template to build it up. It has partners, and these are different services that you can integrate into your website, including accepting online payments, cloud storage, which is basically having all of your information stored on a remote server, preferences, and there is a getting started wizard here too. So if you'd like to click on that, it will take you through all the ways that you can get started with using your cPanel. It allows you to update your password. It gives you some how-to videos, which can be very helpful. You can update your contact and billing information. If you decide that you want to use web-based email, this is also a large part that allows you to do that. There is an email marketing part, your webmail address that you can click on, and this will allow you to set up your email address and password. And that way, if someone sends you an email through your website, it'll go directly into your web-based email account. It also has Postini, which is a great anti-spam program that's offered by Google, so you won't get too much spam coming to your email. You can set up autoresponders, so if someone sends you an email through your site, they'll automatically receive an email back saying that you've received the email and you'll be responding as soon as possible. Forwarders, that every time you get an email address, if you want it sent to another one, you can forward your email to your own email address, personal or business. It has mailing lists, advanced email campaigns, user level filtering. You can import addresses, usually from Excel or from a database. You can send large files. You can adjust your spam adjustments. We also have site builders. WordPress is extremely popular right now. With WordPress, it usually is just kind of a plug-and-play sort of thing. You can put in different functions that'll allow you to update it daily, and you can put in Google and Facebook and all kinds of good things there. You can also use simple scripts and the Weebly website builder from Bluehost. Underneath is your file manager, and this is going to be very, very important. We'll have a site backup and restore, and when you do make changes to your site, you always want to run a site backup and save it to your computer, so if something happens, you can come back later and you can restore your site before anything went wrong. We've got file managers, and the file manager is where you're actually going to go into your server and you're going to load all of your website files onto there. And if you click on that, this will allow you to choose a directory for your website to go in. And once you get to here, it's going to pull up all of your files and allow you to load your website and any widgets you may have, any databases and information. It also is going to show you your disk space usage. It allows you to take a look at your FTP accounts. And the FTP accounts are where you can keep large files of your own for customers or partners to download, or they can upload their stuff to your FTP accounts and you can pull it straight off from there. So it's kind of an easier way to send enormous files to each other. Website movers, you can sign up for unlimited FTP. For logs, this is going to show you how much bandwidth your site is using. It has a Webalizer, and the Webalizer is going to give you statistics on how many people are coming to your site, where they're going on the site, where they're coming from, their country of origin, things like that. You can choose your log programs. You can take a look at your statistics. You can look at all the statistics of your latest visitors in logs. And these are just great ways of seeing if your site is being successful and if it's being looked at by the people you want it to be looked at. And this will allow you to kind of set up a better marketing campaign. For security, we have ways to password protect directories so people can't get into certain parts of your website without a password. That's very common for sites that have paid information on there that you don't just want anybody being able to get into. You have your SSL and TLS manager. That is your safety settings manager. You can get into there and set that to make sure that your customer's information is private and safe, and yours is as well. We have our domains. Again, you can register a domain. You can transfer a domain, which we'll look at in the next tutorial, and that will allow you to, say, buy a domain on a different site like we did with GoDaddy, and then transfer that domain name to your web hosting. You can set up subdomains, which is when you can have freewordpresstutorials.com, but you also want to set up subdomains that are things like freewordpressvideotutorials.com /members or freewordpressvideotutorials.com /specials, things like that. You can set up these subdomains that will lead people to the correct site. You can add on domains, and this is when you can add a domain that isn't already associated with your account. Then you'll need to verify ownership and choose if it's an add-on or parked. If it's an add-on, that means that it's going to point to a different subdirectory in your account. If it's parked, it's going to go to the same directory as your primary domain, or it could be unassigned, and we'll show you that later as well. Going down further, you can also do a redirect. So let's say if someone types in free WordPress video tutorial instead of tutorials, it can redirect them to your site. There's also a DNS zone editor, and we already looked at the DNS in our other tutorial, and that is your domain name server zone editor. You can put in the Google Apps Wizard, and then there's your domain manager, which is going to allow you to change your DNS and things like that. Below, we've got your database tools. The database tools will allow you to build up databases. This could be of users or visitors to your site. And databases are really helpful because they can allow you to do things like set up email blasts and other large-scale projects. Underneath, we have software and services that are offered. Now, not all of these are free, so you'll want to go through and take a look. There are ones that are well-known, like Simple Scripts and Perl modules and Ruby on Rails. There are WordPress themes that are very popular. You can go in there and build your site straight up from the WordPress themes. There's also a trendy site builder, so those are a good thing to go through and see what they've got. And then we've got the more advanced programs such as Apache handlers, image managers for pictures and PDF files. We've got front page extensions. We've got process managers, your 404 settings, which is if somebody goes to a site that doesn't exist on your server, that's called the 404 page. And then we've got ways to follow Bluehost on social media. So this is for you to follow Bluehost, not for anyone to follow you on these social medias. But if you'd like, you can just go ahead and click on the social media sites that you'd like to follow Bluehost on. Now keep in mind, like I said, you can move these wherever you need them to go to make them easy for you to find when you're using them. Now let's scroll up again. We've got notices right here on the left-hand corner, and this shows that right now they're offering a free one-click install of WordPress, and that is a special that you can click on right there. This is a find tool, so if you know what you want to do but you're not sure in which of these toolboxes to find the tool, you can just type it in right in there. This will show your most frequently accessed areas, which is easy because it'll just take you right to where you're usually visiting, and then your stats. So this shows your main domain name, your username, your home directory, and this is where you'll be putting all of your files for your website, the IP address that you last logged in from, and your monthly bandwidth transfer. And right now I haven't started building my sites yet, so it doesn't have anything. Then I can click Expand Stats, and you can see that it will bring up how many subdomains, parked domains, email accounts, etc. that I have. So all that information is on the left side. Now if you look over further to the domain manager, basically we can get to the domain manager through the cPanel like I showed you, the site builders, upgrades, all of those things are also under the cPanel. So you can either go through and find them here or click on them along the top. So I hope that this was a quick and easy way for you to take a look at the cPanel, and I hope this has helped you out, and I look forward to seeing you at the next tutorial. Thanks for listening.